Hello, in the first tutorial here I explained how to use SimpleUI in general, and now I want to explain how to use the other concepts of SimpleUI. So for example, the decorator concept. In the first version of SimpleUI I had this hasTheme interface, and the controllers now, the modifiers, now don't use this hasTheme anymore. They now use the decorator concept. It's a sort of visitor pattern, and any UI element which wants to be decorated just has to implement this interface, and then decorator can be assigned to it, and this decorator will then the decorator is basically the visitor from the visitor pattern, and I created already an example decorator in the UI examples project, and in here you can see you just have to extend the default UI decorator or directly the UI decorator interface. I would stick to the default UI decorator first, because then you don't have to implement every method in here. Stick to this example and do it similar. So for example, this decorator, I think it does just add some shadow to every text in the UI, and I think does also some background transformations. I have these, I call it utils. They are all in the util class here. So in here, so I have, for example, you can change the background with this class here, and the text appearance with text utils, and that's basically how you create your own decorator, and then you can react. The visitor will call these methods. So for example, here for a button, so for a text view you could apply something different than for an edit text or for a button. So you're very flexible how to apply this theme to the UI. And this here is called at a very specific point. So you just assign, you create your UI. This is our the M class here is a normal container. Then you add every modifier to the container, and then when you say assign your decorator, then every child in this container will get this decorator. So basically what happens here is it will loop over the items in the container and assign the decorator to every child. So it's also possible to apply this example decorator just to some childs of the container, or first assign the decorator to the half of the modifiers in the container, and then add more modifiers after this. So everything which is added after this assignment method here, of course, won't get the example decorator, and then you could add another decorator for the rest of the elements here. So yeah, I think it's way more flexible. The modifiers don't need to implement this interface. So first you can create your own modifier by just using the modifier interface, and when you're done and you think your modifier is ready, then you could also add this interface here and implement this last method. And basically the decorator has to be called like this, that you say you store this decorator, and then the view will be decorated by I have created this few parameters here. so you will always have to pass a context so that the decorator can do something with it. And of course you have to pass the view itself, and you have to pass the level, the current level. You can always get the current level from the decorator, and then just to give the decorator the possibility to fast understand in which level of the, for example, if you have a container and in the container there's another container and there's another container and then there are some buttons, maybe you want to decorate these buttons in a different way than the buttons in the most outer decorator container. And this is what the level parameter is for. And then I also added some some basic types. For now they are these here, and it's again just for identification which type of element it is. If you didn't if this concrete element doesn't have a separate decorate method, then the default method, the view method, so this will be called, and then you are still able to identify the type of the UI element in your decorator and react on this. So here you again have these parameters, and then you can react on it. For example, if it's a container and the container is deep down, so the level is greater than 2, the first and the second level, they are the most outer elements, so you might not want to decorate these, so you can check this here. And then if it's in a container and down in this, then you can set the background of this view to something different by just it's a background utils object you created here, and then you can apply this theme you defined here to this target view. We can take a look in here. So basically the background utils, it's just some, you can create different backgrounds, for example with round corners and a gradient, a color gradient, or you can set a simple one unique color, and just read the code here. I created some example, for example the default gray background, the green background, which have some, it has a green gradient, here's a gray gradient, and it's not that difficult to understand how these gradients, for example, work. The same applies to the text utils. So again, if you want to apply it, you just say apply to, so you create the text utils, then you say text utils apply to the view, and then they are applied to the past view. And you can set the shadow or custom font, for example, like I did here. For example, it's important to, of course, add these font then to the I think you have to add it here in the resource folder, and then to fonts or something like this. You can Google it, it's a default Android way, and I checked that it worked like this. That's basically it for the theming part, and I think I will make a pause here, and thanks for watching.